Hello, everyone. We are going to see lesson 4 today is about something very specific. It's called the stock to flow ratio, or S2F. So it's designed to give a model of scarcity of Bitcoin or other assets, but obviously this is a Bitcoin course, so we are going to see that this model of scarcity it predict the price, but it's been applied obviously before that to gold, silver, and others commodities, and we will see how it works really quickly. I don't want to be very technical, but just for you to understand when you are going to read stuff online, what this stock to flow ratio means. And in a nutshell, it means that scarcity drives value. So what does it mean? Before we go beyond, you might have seen this curve, which is the stock to flow ratio for Bitcoin, which is like a kind of arc, which represents that since the very beginning in 2011, I wouldn't say exponential, but really constant move up of the price of Bitcoin. Okay, so this is what actually the stock to flow ratio for Bitcoin looks like. So someone really talked very well about this stock to flow is Safe Dan Amos, and this book I really recommend it is the Bitcoin Standard. It's a very good complement to this course actually, because it's not very difficult to understand, and it explains very clearly why Bitcoin is a game changer. Okay, and when you talk about this stock to flow ratio, you might as well underline the fact that Bitcoin is hard money or hard asset like gold or other precious metals. And this is what I want to see now in order to make sure that the whole concept is understood. So we saw before what is the hard asset. A hard asset, basically, it's Bitcoin, but if we can talk about Picasso, if you buy a Picasso, it's going to cost you a lot of money. Why? Because Picasso is dead, and it's very difficult to find new Picassos, and everybody knows how many Picassos are around. So if you've got like 20, 30 million, 40 million, you can buy, maybe not because they are so scarce, okay? So this is what a hard asset is an asset which is going always up in price because it's very desirable. A lot of rich people want to buy it, but there is none around. So it was the case for gold for many centuries. Now Bitcoin is around, and Bitcoin is the new asset class and a new hard asset class. This is very important for you to understand. So when we apply this stock to flow ratio to Bitcoin, what happens? Okay, so as I explained in this slide, the model evaluates the current number of Bitcoin which are around. Now in 2022, it's around 18.4 million, 5 million, or even, let's say that, yeah. And the ratio, okay, is against the number of coin already mined during this specific year. So it's a year to year, okay? So it's around 700,000 a year, more or less, 0.7. Okay, so this ratio measures the abundance of Bitcoin in the world, basically, and it is at around 25 now. As a matter of, if you want to compare, gold is around 60. Okay, so you can think of what's going to happen when Bitcoin reaches the level of gold. So what does it mean in a concrete fashion? Okay, the stock-to-flow ratio is going to show, okay, the flow of Bitcoin, and is going to compare it to the stock of Bitcoin, and is going to show that this ratio is typical of scarce or hard assets. So this is what I want you to remember from this lesson, is that when you talk about the stock-to-flow ratio, it's a ratio which shows a deflationary trend, okay? So it means as well that this kind of ratio shows, and we're going to see, to compare it with the fiat money, that an hard asset retains the value that you put in it. For instance, if you put in a Picasso value, the value is not going to go down, it's going to go up. All right. So I was talking about a deflationary asset or money, about Bitcoin, gold, etc. And now if you compare the flow of fiat money, we can talk about the dollar or the euro here, is the number of coin or bill created in a year, which is now many hundreds of billions, maybe trillions, okay? In case of dollar, it's trillions. So the stock is like, is the euro or the dollar, which are already in circulation, which is again, many trillion. So the model is going to show that if you've got many trillions in circulation and many trillions produced, the model shows that this asset is highly inflationary. In the case of Bitcoin, is highly deflationary. So let's conclude. What I want to show when I talk about the stock-to-flow ratio is that it's just an indicator for you. It's going to show what should the price be in the future. This is exactly what this stock-to-flow ratio wants to, this is the model, what the model shows. So for instance, if we go back to this curve, this one, all right, this one shows that is always going up, and at a certain moment in time, you can see what will be the price. So in the case of Bitcoin, it's all about when Bitcoin is going to reach 1 million, or when is it going to reach 500,000. So this stock-to-flow ratio is showing you, maybe not very precisely, but it shows you that 500,000 could be possible between now, 2022, and 2030, for instance. So it's not really a very precise tool, but it's an indicator. All right. So you have to be careful, because it's, as well, the accuracy of it depends on the volatility of the asset. So in the case of Bitcoin, the volatility is quite strong, and everybody saw it this year, that everybody who follows the stock-to-flow ratio was saying, oh, we are going to reach $100,000 in December, in January, and it didn't happen, okay? So again, the stock-to-flow ratio is important for you to know the term, to know what is going to, how you can use it, and what is it worth, actually. Is not redundant, but is not really a very accurate tool. But nonetheless, a lot of people talk about it. And this Glassnode curve shows exactly what's going on. This is at least the most important thing. All right. Thank you very much. We will now go towards the lesson 5.